Hello and welcome back. The order today is a bit of a weird one. I've been asked by an extended family member to make some candle wick placement tool. Basically, it aligns in the centre of the glassware. Then you put the wick down in it, and it all centres up. So let's do that today. All right, we're breaking out the big guns here. Got a height gauge. So just going to start striking some stuff off. So I'm doing 22mm between lines, just because, like an arbitrary number I came up with, that'll basically be a decent enough size, but not too chunky on the old material. So hopefully we'll get it all out of that one bit of brass stock. Or maybe we won't, who knows. So there we go, all marked out. I think these are going to be, obviously that double line there is where I can't count in 22s. So what we're going to do now is cut down these lines hopefully, and I've made it slightly oversized for error's sake. So let's see how we get on. So I've just put some super glue on there just to join them, because I'm going to sand them down at the same time. Totally missed out on all the sand in there for whatever reason. Just decided I'm going to record. Which is always super useful. Next job is to break the bond here with a bit of heat. Just going to put a bit of a chamfer on the inside edge so you get a good fillet of solder in there. I am literally using electrical solder, and the reason for that is A, I'm comfortable using it, but 2, it's all I've really got to hand. Finally we've got this done. It's been an absolute chore. So this is all dry. It's not been soldered yet because it just snapped me doing it the other day. So now I've put it in. Hopefully these aren't going to heat sink too much. Gonna heat from under here, the solder will wet out, and I'll be less frustrated. That's the plan anyway. Let's get to it. Hopefully that's it done. So that's it after being, soldered. It's just the absolute monumental task of cleaning it up now. Such fun. So after much filing and messing about, we finally got this component made up. That was a lot of work. Just going to glue these pieces together and then bring them into size. The old super glue trick. and I'll leave that in front of my blow heater just to sort of cook it off, gas off. So I've done a bit of hand filing, and well, it's just engaging now. So what I'm going to do is bake off the super glue with the blowtorch, and then fit each one of these individually. I'm going to mark up which one goes top and bottom, sort of thing. So it just needs a bit taken off, and then the corners need breaking as well, just to facilitate a bit better fit. So if you're a new subscriber, thanks very much, and if you're an older subscriber, thanks very much as well. Cheers for sticking round. Means a lot, really does. And if you've just stumbled across this channel, why not give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and stick a comment down below. Still got some of these beauties up for grabs, so whoop, get involved. So here's a little trick then for those not in the know. So this is binding up in here, but I'm not quite sure where. However, I've just used dry white marker, you could use layout blue or anything that's going to wipe away with like minimal force. And what you do is, it's a mixture of viewing this, how it comes out, and what you feel. It's a bit like reading tea leaves, but here we go. Cool. So where it's wiped away is where it's binding, so I can feel that as it goes in, it wants to tweak like this because it's pinching up here. So you've got two options. You can either take it off the male end or open up the female end, for want of better terms, or a mixture of both. I'm going to start off with trying to go in there, so I don't want to make this too thin, and I'm going to do that now. I've opened the mouth up a bit more, but now what I think I'm going to do is try and just put a greater chamfer on these edges, and there we go. Just by putting a decent chamfer on, it's cleared the edges. Nice. Awesome. I did want it straight, but can't have everything. Did someone say hand filing? I'm in. Like that. Oh yeah. Cool. So, not sure if you can see these lines, but we're going to file down between them 2 and a bit mil to accept this, so it's like flush, and then we're just going to solder it. I mean, not the cleanest job ever, but there we go. Awesome. Now, I've no doubt that they're going to be a bit of a loose fit because they were hand drilled, but just for tits and pickles, let's see how bad they are. Oh my golly gosh. They're only quite close, aren't they? That is perfect. I'll just knock them in. I won't even bother with some Loctite. I'll just pound them in and hopefully it should be good enough. Good stuff. Next job then is to just slit these bits of brass all the way back so you know, as the brass tube's running in there, it's not hitting, it's not fouling up on anything. And then that should be it. Good to go. So this build's taken surprisingly long, mainly because of my real job and stuff like that. But we're getting there. I've added a block here to sort of centralise up this hole. And that fits a... 2 secs. A brass rod with a OD of just under 4mm. Lovely. So this is how it functions then. You've got your, imagine this is a shallow sort of bit of glassware for a candle to go in. Place this over the top without dropping it in. Making sure not to snag anything or foul it on any lips. The 2 pins on either side act as like a little triangle when you put how they intersect with the radius of the glassware on there. Centralise this little bit. And with your brass tube, place it down there. That would have the wick running through it. Boop. That sticks the wick down to the bottom of the glassware, relatively central. Retrieve it out, the wick stays in there. Take that off, job's a good one. Admittedly, not my finest work on this, and I've had loads of stuff running in the background with work and just other things. So we'll get a decent project put together soon. Thanks if you're a returning subscriber. Thanks if you're a new subscriber, it does mean a lot. Stick some comments down at the bottom. How would you do it? What would you like to see? I mean, we could have made a steel one, but that'd have been some right welding. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the next video is going to be, but it'll be a good one for sure. Thanks very much. Laters, taters.